Hey YouTube, Zach here from FD Nation. I want to talk a little bit about myself and how I started in Magic and where I am today. I started in Magic about freshman, sophomore of high school, which is about 6 to 7 years now. A couple of guys were talking to me and they were like, "Oh, hey, like I heard about the game before. I used to long time ago when I was little. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon because that was a huge thing back in the day. I mean, who didn't do that, honestly? But they mentioned that they had like a club or whatever where they played card games and a bunch of nerds or whatever, and I was kind of interested in that. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a freaking nerd. Let's head over after school." And I went over there and I seen people play Magic, and I was just like, it looked really fun. So I went out, got some of my cards myself. I had some cards because I think my older brother played a little bit back in the day, and he didn't want them anymore or whatever. So I had some cards. Some were from, I think, a little bit of Darksteel. Nothing. There was no good cards or whatever, but it was a little all over the place. One or two packs of this, one or two packs of that. So I got some from the store. It was Dark Ascension back then, I think. And when I went played, I was getting destroyed. I didn't know how to build a deck, and I was what you could call a filthy casual back then. Man, those were the days. I wish I could go back then. I mean, the game was so fun at a fundamental level. It's when you're there and you're just hanging out and you get to just play all these random cards and you're having fun. I mean, it was one of the most fun times I had ever. I had two of my teachers from school would play, and you'd play against them, and you played like I can't remember what it was called, but Emperor. It was called the Emperor. You had you had three people on each side, and you had the two in the middle and the two on the outsides, and the outside people would kill the other outside people, and then they could start attacking, counterclockwise or whatever, or diagonally. So that was when I started Magic. Now I wasn't really a casual for very long because there was a couple of guys in the club that were pretty competitive in standard back then, and I wanted to be able to face them. So I researched a lot and I built the Jund deck back in the day when the Thragtusk and the Huntmaster of the Fells and the Thundermaw Hellkite and etc. Olivia Voldaren. Oh man, that card. Um, so I mean, so I became like a standard fanatic. I would just be playing that constantly, and I was very younger, and I was constantly 4-0ing FNM 3-1 all the time. I got better at the game. Theros came around after Return to Ravnica time. Yeah, okay. And then your deck rotates and you gotta do something else. So I was like, I had to save up money because back then you don't have, you're poor as heck, you don't have a job. So I did chores around the house, I had mow lawns and etc. I saved up for the mono blue deck with the Thassa and the Master Waves. So, I got better at the game constantly or whatever. I got up my first job at 16, working at Taco Bell, the toxic hell is what I call it. But I literally spent, I swear, every dime on Magic. And that's when I started converging over to Modern. When I seen Modern back in 2012, the World Championships with Yuya Watanabe and Shota Yasuoka, I wanted to play Modern so badly. But it was so expensive. You had like Tarmogoyf and Fetchlands and all these other things, and it was just like, back then, you had Misty Rainforest. I think we're going for around like they were more expensive than Scalding Tarns. They were like $100 for Scalding Tarns, like $100, and that was when Modern was like I think it was after the 2013 release when Tarmogoyf went from like $90 and he just shot up to like 135 because like Modern was getting so popular. And I mean, that's when I joined. And the first deck that I built was Scapeshift. Scapeshift was fairly cheap. It was like $15 back then. I got my Snapcaster Mages for it. I had to save up for that because, you know, you ain't making much at Taco Bell or Toxic Hell. I mean, moving on from standard to modern, I mean, I love the modern format, and I just wanted to play just modern because I didn't want to spend my money on like a standard deck and then having it rotate. I lose like all my money or whatever. My deck just becomes worthless. That's what I did after my mono blue rotated. But you know, it's a lot different now. A lot different. So after Scapeshift, you know, I still have parts of the deck. I don't actually have a Scapeshift card anymore. I traded those away. But I think that's like the only thing I'm missing for the red deck again. Right now, I currently have Eldrazi Tron. I got Grixis Death Shadow. I got I have a brew of like Polymorph Emrakul. I have a lot better job now. This is way past high school. 2 years. I'm 20 years old now. So that's generally a little bit about myself. Nowadays, I actually started weighing a little bit away from modern. It's a very diverse format now, but I wanted to go into other places. So I ended up picking up a lazy deck. I picked up Sneak and Show. I mean, Volcanic Islands, dear lord, those things are expensive. I wanted to play blue because I wanted to play Brainstorm and Force of Will, but you know, if you want to go down that route, you're gonna be spending. I mean, your wallet's gonna be crying. It took a while. I had to save up, you know, and that's what happens. If you're really bad at saving money, you just have to buy like one card at a time or whatever. And so that's part of, you know, where I kind of am now today. I am getting back into standard. I do like where standard is at the moment. I think it's a great spot. I think Wizards have done a better job now. You know, that the one thing that I have with standard is that I don't want like turn 4 wins. You know, those are one of the things where I just don't want. That's kind of where modern's supposed to be, and then legacies it can range from like turn 1 to turn 3, 4, even later. I'm so glad I didn't build miracles. That would have really kicked me in the butt. I was thinking about it. Those were the two decks I was debating on. So now I have an interest in standard actually again. What I've been doing recently is I've been getting product of Russian foreign cards, booster boxes, because I love the foreign cards. I mean, you can't tell me that's like not really cool. I mean, the foils are even better. Here's a Scrap Heat Scrounger that's foiled. Looks pretty good. I mean, I love the foils of foreign cards, so I've been picking up those boxes. I'm missing one card from Amonkhet. It's the Cafnet Blue God. So after, I'll probably just single order that one, and then I already started on Kaladesh, ordered a couple boxes. There's a lot I still have to get. Chandra being one of them. I think it's Nissa too. I pulled two Doman Bonds from 2 boxes. That's kind of sad, but you know, so I think about what I'm gonna do for this channel is, you know, talk about current events in Magic going forward. Talk about what I'm thinking, what my thoughts of that current event, or I'll open a booster box on the channel in Russian every now and then. I'll keep you guys updated on my collection. I mean, I mean, this is my Amon Ket collection. I got almost around, I'm collecting play sets and whatnot of all the cards. But I think I'm just gonna finish off the cabinet and then just call her done for Amon Ket. I'll show you guys all the cards later in a different video. And then after that, I'll go into Kaladesh. But it's generally the story of my Magic. My brother played it way before I did. He's actually what kind of kept me up to date with Magic was when I was in school. I didn't know too much about it, but he was just like, "Oh yeah, you don't remember me playing against you or whatever?" And I used to lose to him all the time. But he had back then in casual when I was just facing my brother many years ago. He had the card called Sword of Cauldra. Oh my god, that card was insane. Get your creature +5/+5. That thing destroyed me. But that's my life story of Magic, and I thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like. Tell me what your story is. I mean, I wasn't there back in the day of alpha or beta. I wish I was. But I'm looking forward to many more years of Magic because it's just a game I love. It's my hobby, and I love this community so very much. Thank you.